race to the finish.
Ooh,
don't tell anybody.
That was really good.
We might have saved the best for last.
You worked that out. Let's see, we saved the stars for the Breezy Johnson, and now
I know. Ben Kennedy is with us. He's Executive Vice President, Chief Venue and Racing Innovation Officer over at NASCAR. Jeff Gordon, you know who he is.
Needs no introduction.
No, needs no introduction. Vice Chairman of Hendrick Motorsports, Hall of Famer. Oh my gosh.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
Good to have you here. I'm not sure where to start. First of all, when you guys come to Milken, what is it that you want to, who do you want to talk to? What do you want to do here? You know.
Well, we're excited. This is our first time.
Oh, is it?
We've never been to it
first
before.
Timers this year. So how are you like so far?
It's blowing our minds, it's just the who's who of everybody in business and business leaders. So, yeah, it's great to be here and be on the panel.
Well, speaking of business, NASCAR is a huge business. Tell us about how things are going, and I'm just curious about how you think about the next phase of revenue growth for it.
Yeah, it's great. We're, in our season, so we're 78 years old this year. Blew out our candles on that a few months ago. 11 races into the season. Yeah, 11 races into the season, 6 different winners. Jeff was in victory lane this past weekend with Chase Elliott. So we have a good start to the season. And, it's been a fun 4 or 5 years for us. Really, ever since COVID, we had a bit of a paradigm change, as far as leadership goes. A lot of the initiatives that we've been pushing, whether it's the next-gen car, a lot of schedule innovations. And then we had our new media rights agreement that kicked off last year. So brought in new partners like TNT with Warner Brothers Discovery. Amazon Prime is covering 5 races during the summer. And it's been great from a distribution perspective and giving us an opportunity to get to some of those younger audiences.
As one of the greatest drivers of all time, you helped to mainstream NASCAR. You made NASCAR a household event. We're seeing F1 experience a moment now, and I'm wondering if you see that as competition or if this is the rising tide that lifts all boats.
Obviously their presence in the U.S. has grown, so I've always looked at them as totally different.
It is totally different, but does it actually help you to just have more race fans in this country?
I think if motorsports is growing, I think everybody's growing along with it. So, yeah, absolutely. And, I think that's what we're focused on, right, is we've got some great characters and storytelling and rivalries. Chase Elliott, one of the most popular winning this past weekend, a new star in Carson Hocevar. So we understand that, we're always trying to link our TV partners to our fans, as well as our partners within the business on our race teams, to our drivers and to the storytelling. And I think we've got some great momentum right now, especially collaborating with NASCAR and what they're doing.
Yes.
Well, I want to ask you guys both, how do you expand the global footprint? And Jeff, let me kick it off with you in terms of NASCAR. How do you go about it?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with OEMs, right? Right now, we're Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota. Dodge has recently come into the truck series and could expand there. But I think it kind of starts with where are the OEMs and their footprint. And it's always been North America for us, and that's been their focus. But if we can bring in some OEMs that look at it outside of just North America, I think that could be a great start.
Well, are those talks going on, Ben, at this point?
Yeah, so
Ben, I told him I was going to give him all the tough questions.
A little hit. We like headlines at
Let's make some noise.
No, we're excited about it. And to Jeff's point, we have always focused on new OEMs. So Ram came into their sport this year with the Truck Series, which has been great. And then Jeff and I have been talking about what does the future of NASCAR look like. So primarily a domestic sport. All of our races this year are in the United States. We had a race in Mexico City for the first time in our sports history last year, which was great on so many different levels. Have a lot of interest north of the border, and then we have interest abroad as well. We worked with Jeff and the Hendrick team on a Garage 56 car, so a car that went over to Le Mans a couple of years ago. And I can tell you the fans there went nuts over it.
So are the OEMs in Europe or anybody in Asia, are you talking to?
Yeah, there's a handful.
You should see his.
He's eager to hear. Yeah, there's a ton that we're talking to. So domestic and then international as well. And I think a lot of these different OEM brands, a lot of them are consolidating. A lot of them are working together now. So whether it is their flagship brand or one of the brands that live within their ecosystem, always having conversations.
I just want to add to that, something NASCAR's done, and we have a next gen or Gen 7 car right now. We're able to go to stadiums. We were here at the Coliseum in Los Angeles competing. We're going to San Diego to a naval base. So now we're able to go to places even outside of the U.S. and put on a great event, either a street course, a stadium course, and I think that really opens up the door
really
for more global opportunity.
You mentioned Prime. Is that your exclusive streamer? Obviously, when you start looking to the future, the TNT deal is a big one, of course, but you need to have digital rights at some point. People need to find you in different places. Where are you looking for streaming, and how big can that be for NASCAR?
Yeah, so we created the Amazon Prime deal in our new media rights package, which takes us through 2031. So they have 5 races in the summer. Yep. They're actually going to kick off on Memorial Day weekend for the Coke 600. And it's been great for us so far. What I didn't actually realize about it is you're not beholden to any broadcast windows or TV windows.
Right.
So they can come on whenever they want, and they'll leave whenever they want. So they've been really intentional about creating pre-race shows, post-race shows.
Is that an exclusive arrangement?
Putting a lot of data into it for the Cup Series.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so they cover those 5 races, and then the promotion that they're able to bring as well. If you go to the Amazon app or Amazon.com on race day, you're literally one click away from watching Cup Series race.
Very cool.
It's great.
Got to ask you about, Jeff, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael on the sport.
Competing against Michael Jordan.
Except for he's winning too much in typical Michael fashion.
So what is it like having him? He's a massive celebrity. I don't even need to say that. His presence at the ownership level for NASCAR. Just got about 30 seconds.
Well, he loves motorsports, right?
Yeah.
We've seen him in motorcycles. We've seen him around NASCAR races even before he became an owner. But I've never seen him as engaged as he is right now. Of course, they're having a lot of success. Daytona 500 win.
Yeah.
But as an owner, it's great to have Michael so engaged from an ownership. And I think it's only going to help the whole sport grow.